Tariffs are like hidden taxes. They don't show up on your receipt, but they're built into the price of almost everything you buy. And under Donald Trump, tariffs became one of the biggest tools of the American economy. Today, we'll break it down. What tariffs are, how they work, why they hit family budgets so hard, and how they affect people all over the world. What is a tariff? Imagine a toll booth on the highway. Every truck carrying goods has to pay a fee. The driver doesn't absorb that cost. The government collects it. And the owner of the goods? He raises the price of the product to make up for what he lost at the toll booth. That's exactly how a tariff works. When a product crosses the border, the government adds an extra tax. It might be 10%. It might be 25%. Sometimes even 50%. And the final consumer, the person shopping at the store, is the one who pays the difference. Why does the government use tariffs? There are three main reasons. First, protecting local industries. If American steel is expensive and Chinese steel is cheap, U.S. factories can't compete. So the government adds a tariff on Chinese steel. That makes foreign steel more expensive. And U.S. steel looks like the better option. Second, political pressure. Tariffs become a bargaining tool. If you don't change your trade policies, your products will cost more here. Third, revenue. Tariffs bring in billions of dollars, and with U.S. debt at record levels, that money is hard to ignore. How did Trump apply tariffs? Trump used tariffs on a wide scale. They hit steel, aluminum, copper, cars and car parts, solar panels, even washing machines. Almost every sector felt the impact, and in 2025, tariffs got even tougher. The de minimis rule was scrapped. Before, any international purchase under $800 entered the U.S. duty-free. That meant clothes, gadgets, and accessories from Shein, Temu, or AliExpress arrived at your doorstep with no tariffs. Now that's over. Even a $20 item can face a tariff of 50%. How much does this cost families? Here's the part that really matters. Studies show the average U.S. household pays around $1,300 more per year because of tariffs. Some studies go higher, up to $3,800 per family. That's like losing an entire month's paycheck, or paying an extra month of rent. And it's not optional spending, it's groceries, it's clothes, it's kids' toys. Wealthier families also pay more, but they can absorb it. Working-class families who spend most of their paycheck on basics feel it the hardest. Who really pays? A lot of people think foreign countries pay. But the truth is different. When the U.S. imposes a tariff, exporters raise their prices. Importers pay more, retailers pay more. And in the end, the customer pays the bill. Nike said, tariffs cost them $1 billion. Black & Decker reported $800 million. Automakers? More than $2 billion. But none of those companies took the loss. They passed it along. Sneakers got more expensive. Tools got more expensive. Cars got more expensive. Everyday examples. A toy that used to cost $10 now costs $12. A washing machine that used to cost $500 now costs $575. A car that sold for $30,000 now costs $33,000. Even online shopping was hit. A $25 blouse from Temu might now cost $35. A family shopping for back-to-school clothes might spend $100 more than they did last year. What the government says, supporters of tariffs say they work. They argue factories reopen in the U.S. Jobs return. And the government collects billions. In 2025 alone, tariffs brought in $180 billion. In August, a record, $31 billion in 1 month. That money helps cover the interest on America's massive national debt, more than $1.2 trillion a year, just in interest payments. For the government, tariffs are a necessary evil. The risks are serious. Economists warn, tariffs act like wedges. They create friction in trade. They make supply chains more expensive. The more tariffs you have, the slower trade becomes, the higher prices go, and the harder life gets for families. And it's not just Americans. When U.S. tariffs rise, exporting countries suffer too. Factories in India, Japan, Mexico, and Taiwan lose customers. Workers lose jobs, and trade partnerships get strained. The global impact tariffs don't just raise prices in America. They reshape global trade. Taiwan lost orchid exports. Japan saw car parts and lenses decline. South Korea even took a hit on ramen noodles. India lost buyers for shrimp and seafood. When the U.S. shuts the door, many countries lose revenue, and workers on the other side of the world feel the pain directly. Simple analogies: tariffs are like a fence on a playground. It protects one side but keeps kids from playing together. A toll booth on the highway. It brings in money but slows everything down. A hidden tax in your shopping cart. You don't see it written down, but you feel it when you swipe your card. Are tariffs good or bad? The answer: it depends. They protect local industries, they fill government coffers, and they give leverage in negotiations, but they also raise the cost of living. They hit lower-income households the hardest, and they can weaken the global economy. Conclusion: tariffs are hidden taxes. They make imports more expensive. They bring billions to the government, but they also make everyday life more costly. A typical family pays between $1,300 and $3,800 more each year. Toys, clothes, electronics, and cars go up in price. Cheap online shopping isn't so cheap anymore. And global supply chains. Feel the shockwaves. Tariffs don't show up on your receipt, but they are very real in your wallet. They help some, they hurt others, and they show how fragile global trade really is. So next time you ask yourself why everything costs more, remember the hidden tolls at the border, remember the tariffs, and ask yourself, are they really worth it?